We're the freelancers. I'm Pike. We're on a mission to recover this technology.
I don't know why you would say that, man. I think that we all gotta compliment each other.
She is pissed, she is violent, she is not pulling punches.
Sinza, you're on the wrong team.
I'm doing everything I can to help this team, and suddenly I'm the villain, again.
You don't stand on his back and mush him into the ground, Dan. And you take my help when I offer it. We're a team.
Uncle Bow is in the hospital at Walter Reed. He's alive, but badly hurt, and you need to be there immediately. Welcome, one and all, to Paralog, a new actual play podcast featuring indie RPGs and short, dynamic campaigns. Today, we'll be playing Masks, A New Generation by Brendan Conway, a game about high-stakes superhero action and even higher-stakes teen melodrama. I'm your host, Violet Blitz. I'm an audio engineer and tabletop game designer, and I use she/her pronouns. You can find me on Blue Sky at Violet Blitz, and you can find the games I make at direcrow.itch.io. Joining me today are 5 wonderful players: Cecilia Gonçalves de Azeredo.
Hello, I'm Cecilia. I am from here in DC by way of Brasília, Brazil, and I do the art for Paralog, and I am very, very happy to be here. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm so excited to play this game with you all again for episode 2.
Nolan Kale.
Hi, I'm Nolan. I still study and love genetics. I'm born and raised in New York City, and I play Daniel Denver, who nothing wrong is going to happen today, and he's going to get safe back to base, and we're going to be fine in the sky.
Audrey Dutcher.
Hi, I'm Audrey, she, her, and I'm a grad student that likes looking at small, colorful things with big microscopes. And I play Peregrine, aka Darlene Dubois, also she, her. And I'm excited to play today.
Cam Koken.
Hey, I'm Cam. I use he, him pronouns. I am Boston born and raised. I play Tommy Foley, aka Goldbug, and he also uses he, him pronouns.
And Vincent Lett.
Hey, I'm Vincent Lay, he, him. I come from Bethesda, right outside of Sanctum City. And I play Ricochet, who's definitely not gonna have his Uncle Ben moment right now, and gonna find out that his uncle just broke a limb. I'm excited to play today.
He just sprained his pinky.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I just got a boo-boo.
I told you he was stable.
Exactly.
For now.
I gave you that crumb.
Real quick, just to get everyone on the same page, we're gonna go over our characters, read our conditions that we currently have, and read the relationships we have written with each other.
I can go first. So last session I was angry. I may or may not have hurt someone with my words and actions. So I believe that resolves me of my anger, as that is one of the conditions.
After you got the angry condition, you took the appropriate action to resolve it by mashing someone into the ground. So Horizon, go ahead and clear angry. Can you tell us about your character and your playbook?
Yeah, so I play the Scion. I was once the sidekick and maybe son, although this is unknown to many in the world, of Nebulon, the horrific supervillain. And I'm just trying to do good. But I get a little angry sometimes. I jump the gun a little bit, and I can control gravity, which, normally helps him, but sometimes may give him more power than he knows what to do with. I have relationships with Goldbug, who is the only one who really understands what I'm going through. I told them, a part of me, I wished I was more like my parent. I also, my parent once fought and thrashed Peregrine, and I've got to find some way to make it up to them.
Not just fought and thrashed, but kind of was the main rival of her mom.
But that's
right?
all in the past now. We're cool.
Yeah. Let's jump to Peregrine with that.
Okay, so Peregrine is currently insecure and angry. Her ability to save people was questioned, and she was angered by a rival martial artist. Peregrine is in the legacy archetype. She is the daughter of the late superhero, also called Peregrine. So Darlene has a big reputation to live up to, and the idea of a mother she never really knew. And her relationships are that Peregrine got caught doing something that shames my legacy with D-Man. There's a really bad movie trailer for Peregrine that she's ashamed to show anyone. And I also trust Goldbug and told them an important secret that I haven't gotten yet, the elemental affinity, kind of superpowered resistance that my mother was supposed to have.
Wonderful. Let's move on to Goldbug.
Alrighty. Goldbug, or Tommy, is following the brain playbook. So his only, real superpower is that he's super duper smart. But he used those smarts to build the Goldbug power armor, which he uses to fight crime and do superhero things. I actually don't have any conditions right now. I was rolling really well last session.
You were, yeah.
And for my relationships, I told Horizon about my shame and asked for their confidence. My shame is something that I, as a genius full of hubris, created and then really regret creating. So I told my bud Horizon about that. And my other relationship is I wish I could be a better hero, more like Peregrine. I think that she's a very morally upright, always knows the right thing to do, like very focused on saving people and being a good hero. And Goldbug has a little bit of a, not an identity crisis, but like he's trying to figure out what his niche is as a superhero. And I think he really admires Peregrine.
Let's go on to D-Man.
D-Man is really feeling it right now. He's feeling hopeless and he's feeling insecure.
You failed so many rolls.
Yeah, it was bad. The fighting is really not his strong suit. But
What
in
is his
terms
strong
of, yeah,
Sorry.
well, yeah.
Mundane, according to the rules.
Yeah. Well, he does have +3 mundane right now, yeah. I think in the sort of same line as that, his relationships have to do with how inept he is as a hero. I've got Ricochet is awesome because Ricochet can do all sorts of cool shit that D-Man cannot, and he probably thinks that it's going to rub off on him if they stay together for long enough. So he's trying to cozy up to him and be his friend, which is a pattern for everybody in this group. I've also got a relationship with Peregrine because Peregrine is also so sick. And D-Man's got a bit of a crush on her dead mom. So
I forgot about that.
Not a crush, but he admires her. He probably had a poster up in his bedroom when he was younger. But he wants to prove himself to Peregrine.
Okay, and let's get a Ricochet.
Yo, I'm Ricochet. He's a superhero that likes to bounce off walls, bad guys, occasionally ominous, strong robots from his past. Sanctum City is his home, rescues his heart. And, you know, he's learned as a hero that you don't really have to rise above everything. You just got to know how to fall and how to fight back. He does not have any conditions. And I'm playing the Janus playbook, which means I have a little bit of a mundane side to me, a secret identity that the others don't know about. But yeah, he doesn't have any conditions. Last time he faced something that he recognized from his past that made him a little angrier than it should have. And probably the team has not seen him at that state within the time they've been together. But now he's dealing with other emotions as he flies quickly over to the hospital to check on his more important family for the time being.
Well, yeah, fair. I mean,
yeah. But yeah, my relationships with the team. I have a pretty interesting relationship with Goldbug, who knew me from my civilian life first, but that's not necessarily like a two-way glass. I know who Goldbug is. Goldbug knows who my secret identity is, but doesn't quite link it quite yet to Ricochet's moniker. And also, I refused to tell Horizon about the secret identity when they asked. Sorry, don't really trust newcomers from the supervillain side, but who knows how that will turn out.
and no one else knows your identity either.
Yeah, nobody else knows.
Yeah, which might change over the course of play.
Yeah.
Are we ready to begin? Goldbug.
Yes.
You fly over the Potomac River carrying the unconscious body of Partisan, a freelance superhero that you and the Starlings just defeated. You're approaching Sanctum City and see a trail of black smoke slowly lifting from the downtown financial center called the Sunflower District. What is going through your head right now?
Oh, shit. I mean, I know that from last time that the supervillain menagerie was invading Sanctum City, so I'm probably not terribly surprised. I would say I'm filing that one away in my head, but still I've got this unconscious body in my arms, so priority number one is definitely getting him to the hospital first.
Absolutely. Through your power armor, you feel Partisan begin to shift and wake up. There's a single moment where he kind of curls up, vulnerable and cold against the wind, before he fully wakes up and tenses up, alert. You can tell he's trying to yell, but his voice isn't responding to him. Getting mashed into the ground by gravity waves seems to have pretty much messed up his lungs and voice box. Do you say something or wait for him to be able to speak?
I'll say something. I am gonna try and like be calming and comforting, but like through the voice modulator in the mask, it is totally not working. Because I'm trying to say like, hey, no, it's okay. Don't try to talk. You're all right. You're all right. We're going to GW. You'll be fine. But it comes out like, hey, don't try to talk. You'll be okay. We're going to GW.
He like attempts to like push himself away from you.
Whoa, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna fall. Just let me.
Where are you taking me, Nat? Get away from me.
I'm a beetle, for your information, and I'm taking you to the nearest hospital so you don't die on me.
Why would you do that?
Because we're superheroes, man. Or at least I am. I don't know about you. You were threatening an innocent civilian in there.
Your friend didn't seem very super heroic.
Yeah, well, he's we're still working on that. As I'm sure you're aware. I don't know if there's anything that I could say to you to make this okay. Probably not, but I want to make sure that you pull through this, okay? So just let me help you.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. I don't want anything. I just want you to be okay.
You're not gonna like turn me in or blackmail me or something?
I mean, we are trying to launch this content creation thing. It's not really my scheme, but if you just like don't say anything about this online, that would be great. I think the rest of the team would really appreciate that. But
you see a glimmer in his eye as he realizes he has something over you.
Son of a bitch.
Oh. You're not proud of that?
No. Of course I'm not proud of it. Listen, I've known Dan or Horizon. Fuck. I've known Horizon for longer than the other guys, and I was the one who stuck up for him. I'm not proud of it. I'm pissed off at the guy. But just like you pointing that stupid spear at innocent old Liam, the Sanctum City chemistry grad, doesn't define you, apparently. Or does it?
I wanted to avoid a fight, kid. You should have just given us what we wanted.
Kid?
Listen.
And what did you want?
If you don't want me to say something online, then don't post the fight at all.
Well, that's not really up to
You
me.
don't have to be embarrassed about your friend going off the chain and beating someone up. And I don't have to be embarrassed about getting beat up. We all win. You'll find other content somewhere.
Yeah, look, I'm not really on the content creation side. I could talk to D-Man, see what he can swing. Maybe he could work some movie magic to kind of smooth this all over. No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, you better.
Yeah, apparently. So what were you looking for?
The crash, obviously. The thing you took, the big egg.
An egg?
No, it has stuff inside of it. It looks like an egg.
Huh.
I don't know much more about it, but some fancy mic and tech that's just been sitting around for a decade or two.
Well, if it's been sitting around for a decade or two, why go after it now? Did someone tip you off, or?
I don't need to tell you that.
I could always drop you.
You won't.
No, I won't. But I could.
You're not good at this.
No, I'm not. I will accept that.
Yeah, that's going to be a label shift.
Yeah.
I think that's superior down, savior up. Because he's like, you're too much of a good guy to drop me.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, as you accept his influence over you, being slightly older than you, he, despite being like completely battered and still close to death, he feels like he's won. And that may or may not piss you off. I don't know. You seem to be going along with it fine.
I think I have a lot of like just residual guilt about this whole situation for like the fact that Horizon went off the chain like that and that we just ended up in this situation.
Sure. So you will just let him be mean to you. That's great.
Yeah. Tommy doesn't really know how to talk to other people his age, and if they are being mean to him, sometimes it doesn't really come across.
Okay, I think that's seen then as
right.
you fly partisan to the GW hospital and kind of gently set him down. He tries to stand up on his own and like be smug about it and cannot. Like realizes just how messed up he is and like you actually carry him into the hospital itself.
You need a hand there, kid?
We cut from the George Washington University Hospital, this fairly modern, rounded edge building right between Georgetown and the neighborhood we're calling Little Saigon, to the Walter Reed Hospital, a sprawling, brutalist military hospital campus in Bethesda, Maryland, where we are from. We see Ricochet in his civilian identity on Min, going through metal detectors and security checkpoints that get into the facility. What does he look like in his civvies?
Yeah, I think he has changed in a rush. Like he's kind of wearing this button-down t-shirt that's not really like tucked in or like fully, so there's parts like hanging out. He's wearing like these kind of like denim jeans. He's a little nerdy looking, a little bad looking. Like he doesn't quite know fashion, and he doesn't really try at this point anymore. A lot of his civilian time, he has other things to focus on than clothing, and so he's kind of rushing through. Most of his thoughts are thinking about his uncle, thinking about what could have happened. This isn't his first time in a hospital, and he suspects it won't be his last time. But it always brings a certain amount of paranoia to him after his histories. But there's also thinking about his team now. He was thinking a lot about how Dan or Horizon is currently in the sky alone, and he has a little bit of guilt for that, which, like a month ago, or he wouldn't have. But right now, he's focused on keeping his identity up. He can't have any of that bleeding in. And so he kind of rushes through the stairs, tries to find his uncle as fast as he can.
Okay. A few questions.
Yeah.
You had 2 important suitcases,
Yeah.
which were actually robots,
Yeah.
when you started flying over here. And also you changed.
Yeah.
Did you stop at home? Where are the suitcases?
Yeah, I think he started making his way towards Walter Reed and then realized he was on full getup and didn't really have a change of clothes. So he had to run home real fast or fly home real fast. And I think like the suitcases are just in his closet.
Sure. Yeah. No one else was home because
Yeah.
your aunt and uncle are in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then before we move on, I would like you to roll your secret identity move. When time passes, roll plus mundane to see how you're managing your obligations.
And my labels are swapped. No.
Well, once per session, you can switch them. You could do that now.
I could do that now. Yeah, I'll do that now. So that brings mundane back to 3 and superior to 0.
Yeah. I think that's like you going home and changing your outfit. It's like, okay, I am getting into my other mode now.
Yeah. That's an 8.
That's an 8. On a 7 to 9, you've lapsed on one obligation, your choice, which is either your close relative, which is your aunt, your schoolwork, or volunteering at rescue. Which have you lapsed on recently?
I think it makes most sense to be my relatives.
Okay.
Like they're in this predicament right now. They probably expected me an hour ago, maybe even more, and I was kind of nowhere to be seen.
Okay. Oh, also, you still got a hit. So on a hit, things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of your obligations, and then you've also lapsed on the family. So I'll come up with some opportunity later. It might just be being able to know who Sinza is and know where they are.
Awesome.
If you want to do that. Okay. So you have not been able to spend the amount of time you've wanted with your family in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Is basically what that means. And they are not super happy with you. So, Walter Reed is technically part of the Department of Defense, which often kind of fights with EMBER over jurisdiction. EMBER is actually a bureau within the Department of Homeland Security. It's the Executive Monitoring Bureau for Empowered Residents. As their name implies, they do a lot of surveillance of metahumans, also experimentation on how superpowers work, and they have a special jurisdiction over policing superhero and anti-hero activities. Even more so than the Department of Defense, Sanctum City really is EMBER's base of operations, since it has by far the highest concentration of metahumans in the country and in the world. All that is to say, you, can feel the tension in the hallways as you walk through. EMBER just flexed their power a lot to unilaterally protect Sanctum City from the alien threat, And now their most famous heroes, the Beacons, are taking up space in the DoD's facility. And no one is happy about it. The DoD's not happy, and neither are the Beacons that they're here. But unless someone gets like magically cursed or has a specifically superhero injury to them, this is still the best hospital for them to go to. What is On feeling as he's walking through this hallway? You kind of gave me a bit of this already, but you're approaching the room.
Yeah, then I'll just make my way over, kind of keeping my head down.
Inside, there are 3 figures. 2 you know very well. Your uncle, Bao, also known as the superhero Bastion, is lying in a hospital bed. His iconic yellow and red supersuit has been replaced by a hospital gown, blanket pulled up to his chest. Immediately, you can see his right arm is gone, up to the shoulder. Sitting in a chair besides the bed is his wife, Aunt Lon. She rises quietly and comes over to hug you.
Yeah, I give her a tight hug. I think as my head's kind of like past hers in the embrace, I'm just staring at Uncle Bao's kind of missing arm. I'm sorry. No excuses like always. I was busy. I should have looked at my phone earlier.
You're alive and you're here.
Yeah.
Yes, you should have been here earlier.
I know,
but you're here.
Yeah. And I'll kind of like rush over to Uncle Bao. How are you doing? I mean, are you okay?
What does Uncle Bao look like? What do Uncle Bao and Aunt Lon look like?
Yeah, so Aunt Lon, she has had a lot of stress in her days. I imagine her as this kind of like older Vietnamese woman, late 50s, and she's started to have like these singular like kind of gray streaks in her typically black hair. I think right now she's just kind of in her normal like homeware, which is just like a basic like graphic t-shirt that was probably from me or Zui's like closet that she ended up stealing in the laundry one day. And like me, just like a pair of like joggers or something. I think Uncle Bao is coming fresh from a fight, otherwise known as Bastion. He is almost like fully armored up. He has a lot of padding. It's not like, like metal armor or anything like that.
I did say that he's now in a hospital gown and doesn't have his...
Yeah, sorry. I think even then he's pretty huge. Like he does work out a lot despite his superhero abilities. And he likes to kind of push that onto other superheroes and even on himself. Just like, it's good to stay healthy, exercise for like 2 hours a day, all this kind of stuff. But I think he has kind of shorter hair, a military cut. You can also see that his like hair is like salt and peppered, kind of whites and blacks, a little bit of grays in there. Not really like a nice gradient, but one that's kind of been like disrupted by a lot of stress and work and obviously age. He's probably like early 60s, and he has a lot of wrinkles. He's like pretty old. Like he looks a lot older than Aunt Lan. And a lot of that is because of the effects of being in the field a lot. And though he likes to work out, doesn't really take care of his body in other ways. Like I think he's really dedicated to the fight, and that's kind of what most of his mind is on. Despite, everything that's happened. I think An noticed that shift, especially after what happened so many years ago to An's parents and the consequences of that.
Remembering that, it is a relief. He's breathing. Yeah. His heartbeat is slow but stable. It does seem like he's going to be okay. I am not killing yet another one of your family members.
The common trend breaks for now.
You had your Uncle Ben moment. I'm not giving you a second Uncle Ben moment.
Yeah. I think I just kind of pull up a chair. I don't think there are many words said, like between me and my Uncle Bao. Like a lot of times there's often jokes around the house, but I don't think when they were growing up, there was a lot of emotional vulnerability verbally. I think like, of course he's been there for him when times have gotten hard. But I think because of how Uncle Bao was kind of raised and his position as like a big fighter, he does have that kind of older Vietnamese way of thinking of like the male, and it's been kind of difficult for An to both like kind of say more vulnerable things to him. So I think he just kind of sits there, and they know what this presence means. Like, they know it's love, they know it's caring, but I don't think either of them kind of verbalizes it. They just kind of look at each other and understand that this is the circumstances.
He like opens his eyes weakly and makes eye contact with you, and like you can see he recognizes your presence and
Sorry I'm late.
tries to sit up a little bit and kind of fails to.
Yeah. As he does, I'll try to help him kind of sit up.
There is a third person in the room that you haven't, I suppose, looked at yet.
Yeah, I think I've been too focused on the family.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
As you're trying to help him up, the bed starts like, and moves to a more upright position as he seems to struggle but be okay with that.
How was the fight? I mean, obviously there have been some kind of grievous outcomes, but you did it?
He nods. We did it. I'm not the most injured though. I'll be all right. Probably the strongest enemy I've ever faced, but we all made sacrifices and worked together.
And what happened to Menagerie? Dead or gone or imprisoned?
The other person in the room says, dead. You've never met her, but you've seen her on TV a million times. This is a tall white woman with a high ponytail of platinum gray hair, wearing a lab coat and blue smart glasses. This is Stella Silvestri, aka Silver Sentinel, a billionaire inventor, owner of Silvestri Systems, former member of the Falcons, and current head of the Beacons, meaning she's Uncle Bao's boss. She looks you up and down, gives a little nod, and then returns to doing something on her smart glasses. We killed him.
I think, like, despite me knowing her renown, I think An is kind of in this weird mental space where he's like weirdly aggressive, and I think he goes, "Sorry, is this not family only right now?"
If you would like some time, I can certainly give that to you. But your uncle and I also have a lot to discuss. A lot of confidential things to discuss. So take the time you need. I'm working on a new arm for him. If you would like me to leave the room, I will.
No, I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I apologize. Thank you for clarifying. And I'll turn back towards my aunt. How is she doing?
So when you look at her immediately after that interaction, she like has a look on her face that you're not really used to. She seems a little scared of Silver Sentinel.
Yeah.
Not like she's going to be hurt, but like don't piss her off.
Yeah.
She's Bao's boss. She's one of the most powerful people in the city. Like, Lon is also not happy that Sentinel is in here, but is like, okay, this is how it has to be. But that's just a really quick glance across her face.
Yeah.
She says, your uncle is a superhero. We always knew it was a dangerous profession, and I'm glad he's alive.
Yeah. I think I kind of get up. I'm a little uncomfortable with this presence in the room. I'm going to walk by my aunt. Do you want me to get you a coffee or anything?
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. I think I kind of walk out of the room, and I kind of am understanding more of the circumstances behind these things. And right now, all I'm kind of thinking is this what it's going to be like for me? And am I going to even have my family around if things keep going? If I don't tell them, is it just going to be me and a Silver Sentinel equivalent staring me down, making me a new leg? I think there's a little bit of panic kind of seeping in that he hasn't felt in a while. Like everything that's kind of come up from his past in terms of the machines, what's happening now, and his current predicament.
Do you want to take a condition? It sounds like what you're describing is maybe a condition.
I do. I think I want to take Hopeless.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I think I'm getting this cup of coffee, and we'll see kind of like the coffee begin to drip in. But then there's kind of other drips coming in, and he's like crying a little bit, like silently. I think he's just really devastated about what's happened today. Yeah.
This place makes you uncomfortable. You are not alone. There are EMBER agents, there are army officers and nurses and doctors who see you. And there's an Ember agent, the one who is manning the door, who's like actively watching you.
Oh, yeah, I'll finish the coffee. Well, after I realize I'm crying into the coffee, I'll make a new one and kind of like wipe up the tears. And I'll bring it back to the room, like take a deep breath before entering the room.
As you walk back to the room, you see Stella Silvestri is standing outside of it now, like leaning against the wall and typing in the air because she's using these smart glasses. She looks at you. She notices you and doesn't say
I'll give her
anything.
like a more respectful nod this time and move into the room. Is there a door to this room? Like, is she standing outside of the room?
Yep. Again, that Ember agent opens the door and closes it behind you. As you get in, Lon and Bao are arguing. Not loudly, not a big fight, but Bao is saying, I'll wait for the arm to get repaired, but there's no way I can stop. This is my life. She's making this for me so I can keep being a hero. You understand that, right? And Lon says, the more you do things like this, the greater the chance you're going to get killed. You can't keep doing this to your body and to your family forever. When does it end? When do you retire? You're old enough. And you walk in.
I like immediately, an argument in a hospital is like the worst thing that's about to happen. So I think I rush over, whoa, hey. Can we save the arguments for over a dinner, maybe? Like we usually do?
I don't want On to lose someone else. And she looks very pointedly at her husband. And ends the argument there.
I think I kindly give the coffee over to my aunt.
Thank you. Sorry.
We all lost. We all lost him. It wasn't just me, right? Your feelings, we get them. But I don't know what happened out there with Menagerie. And honestly, that's a story for another time. Maybe when you get your arm back. But I'm sure that without Uncle Bao, you and I wouldn't be here. I mean, it's unlucky what happened to my parents, but easily could have happened to us if he didn't protect us that day. So maybe let's just calm it down for a little bit.
Do you want to roll to comfort or support someone?
Yeah.
That sounds like what you're doing. You're kind of comforting both of them, but it sounds like mostly your aunt, right? Roll plus mundane.
That is an 11.
Oh, nice. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. On a 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
Oh, cool. I don't think I'm going to clear a condition quite yet. I think I'm still kind of feeling hopeless. So I'll add a team to the pool.
Okay. The pool says it's at 1 right now, but I have a move that says at the start of every session, the GM adds a team to the pool. So we're at 3 because added 1 for the start of the session and you added 1 just now. You successfully calm down your aunt and uncle. It's not the first time you've done this, but it's probably the first time you felt this successful at it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they are in a really bad place right now. I am too, but like, I'm a superhero now. Yeah. It's my job to protect these people.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it comes from like, he wants to eventually cushion up to telling them at one point, and right now they're nowhere near that level if this argument keeps happening.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what Aunt Lon would think about you being a superhero as well. Interesting.
And then I'll kind of just sit down in my chair next to Uncle Bao. I know that he loves his job and everything. So I'll just be like, tell me what happened. I'm sure it was awesome. And though, you might be hurt now, I'll bet you that this is a story you'll be telling us in 5 years in the future. So why don't we get some practice?
You can tell there's something stopping him from doing this. There's something he doesn't want to say. But he starts the story and says, well, so we knew from Ember satellites that Menagerie's ship was coming down, and it was looked to be aiming towards downtown. So Ember, they cordoned off some of the Sunflower District. It was dying anyway, but all these big buildings we thought would be good to slow Menagerie down, and they did. But he landed over the tidal basin. A lot of civilians there, but between us and the Falcons, we moved him over to the zone. Yeah, it was a good fight. We couldn't... You know, those Falcons, they have a good reputation. I've worked with them before. They're good people. Man, do they hate taking orders. Are they terrible to collaborate with, to fight with, you know? Ugh. Stella, she kept saying, do the formation we talked about. Keep him away from there. You know, curse him, slow him down so he can't do this. And they wouldn't listen. Honestly, I think that's why I got hurt, why the kid got hurt, is they weren't working with us. They weren't listening. I got a building dropped on my arm. You know me. I can absorb whatever anyone throws at me. But when I already have an alien pinning me down, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah. I got you. At least you kind of know how it feels to have like group mates that don't cooperate. This is what I tell you all the time when I get bad grades, because when I have like someone in my group not carrying their weight or taking orders, you know, it feels like I have a metaphorical building dropped on my arm, and then it's like then you guys yell at me because you see a zero on the
aunt gives you like a death stare. And she says, don't blame your own failures on others.
Yeah, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I know.
And Bao says, no, my team, we're a well-oiled machine. We know our place, we do it well, and we work together. We were not. He's stopping himself. There's something he's thinking about. You actually see his eyes glance to the wall where Sentinel was standing, but is no longer standing.
I think as he was saying, like, well, my team is a well-oiled machine. I think he has said that so many times that like On was hearing it and like mimicking it like very minimally through his mouth a little bit.
If you've heard about his team that many times, you know the third member of it. The beacons are Silver Sentinel, Bastion, and Torch.
Yeah.
Torch is a young hero with kind of fire-based powers. He can fly, he can shoot fire. He's become incredibly popular over the past couple years, like kind of teen heartthrob, like good guy saving the city, appeared on like magazines and stuff. And Bastion kind of thought of him like a son.
Yeah. Where's Boy Wonder at?
He's in the next room over.
Is he okay?
I haven't been able to get up and check on him.
Yeah. You gotta stay here and rest.
On.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll let you in, but could you check on him?
I knew you were gonna ask. I was gonna do it anyway. A question, real quick. Have you heard of the Freelancers?
No.
Up and coming superhero group. You know, just maybe some like delinquents you might want to watch out for.
You run into them?
Just word around school.
No, never heard of them.
Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, stay here and rest. And I'll kind of give him like a pat on the leg, stand up. As I'm kind of like walking past online, I'll go, sorry. And then I'll walk out. I'll check on Torch. I won't go into the room, but like if the window is like...
The shade is pulled down from the window.
Is Silver Sentinel standing outside this room now?
No, you don't see her.
Okay. I assume there's an Ember agent, though.
Yep, kind of standing between the two doors.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah, it's a man. Again, wearing a black suit with sunglasses, kind of the epitome of a Secret Service agent.
Hey, dude. Look, my uncle is next room over, Bastion. Might have heard of him.
Yes, you're on?
Yeah. He was just wondering if he could get an update on how Torch is looking in there.
Sentinel will come out and give an update when we know something.
But you could give me like a sneak peek, right? Because like...
I could do nothing of the sort.
Could you like hint with your eyes? Like...
It's confidential information.
And how would one go about getting that kind of like security to understand that confidential information?
Join the beacons.
I have a proxy.
Right. At that point, the door opens to Torch's room. And Silver Sentinel comes out. She is not wearing the smart glasses. And she kind of looks down.
Can I try to peek into the room as the door opens?
Sure. There is a family in there. a mother and a father very upset.
Yeah.
It is not hard for you to figure out.
I'll look at Silver Sentinel. Bastion sent me here. Do you want me to break the news or you?
She looks at you. I can do it. It's not your role. But was kind of surprised that you offered.
I think as she kind of walks past me, I'm just like, it's not your role. I think I'll just spend the rest of the night with my aunt and uncle in the hospital room.
We see Sanctum City's Chinatown. It's surprisingly uncharacteristically quiet here. The portrait gallery, the hockey stadium, they'd usually be teeming with people this time of evening. Instead, the banners wave and the news tickers blare bright colors with no one to watch them. These aren't the blocks that Ember cordoned off, but they're pretty nearby. And after the destruction caused by Menagerie, Sanctumites aren't really flocking to the downtown entertainment district. The three of you, Peregrine, D-Man, and Shannon, sit in this sleeping heart of the city, at the Chinatown location of Disc Burger, a new alien-themed fast food chain that's taken Sanctum City by storm. A buff, blue, one-eyed alien gives a thumbs up on the wrapper of your food. Shannon, avoiding eye contact with both of you, stares back at the mascot on her burger. It's quiet here, but not completely empty. There are employees, there are a few other customers.
D-Man sort of does a low whistle, and he's gonna go, wow. How's everybody feeling?
We're all safe, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess, yeah. I guess so.
I mean, and you got the thing you were trying to get.
What, the video?
Yes, but the tech.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is if it's gotten back in one piece, but we'll see about that later.
I'm sure Ricochet and Horizon can handle that. They're probably already there.
Ricochet, where the hell did he get to anyways? I mean,
I
he
don't
left.
think we know that he didn't go with Horizon.
Oh, okay.
And it's worth saying, you have comms. Now that you're not underground, your comms work long range, you can easily contact them.
That is if Horizon didn't, like, beat his ass in the middle of the sky and knock him down. Okay. No, I'm joking. It's just a liability is all, you know.
Listen, his actions were obviously inexcusable, but he can learn. I believe he can change.
I think it's a good thing. I think, you know, if we have a wild card in the group, you know, I think that would be good for views and for the story.
You don't think, Dom, it's gonna get us demonetized. Pulse isn't gonna put it up if we have.
I mean, he can't be beating people within an inch of their lives, but maybe if we put like a
that's what he's doing, right?
a standard leash on him, we can draw him back.
Okay, how?
Like, I don't know. Maybe we could like Pavlov him or something. We could ring a bell. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Okay, clearly you guys aren't a fan of my ideas. All right, fine. I'm just saying. I think that we've all got a purpose on this team, and Horizons is to be this sort of unpredictable wild card that might just snap at any moment. That's what our fans want to see. I mean, I'm reading the comments, you guys. You guys aren't. They're saying that, oh, he's such a bad boy, you know. I want to see him snap. And I think we should publish what we took today as is.
As is?
As is. Maybe with a little bit of minor editing, but I think that it would be a great idea. Let people know that they can't fuck with us, right? That we've all, every one of us, including me, we've all got, you know, we're baddies. I mean, we're good guys, but we're baddies, you know? We're like, watch out.
If we show that, we're saying that we support those actions, and we can't say that, D-Man.
We don't support them. I'm just saying, it's just like we need to think about our reputation, and we can't be just squeaky clean. You know, a Peregrine. No offense, I know that's your. Well, do I know about your background in like boxing?
I think that you would, yes.
Very little about her is a secret from the public, and you are enough of a fan that you probably know a lot of it.
Peregrine. When you were beating people up in the ring, I mean, I'm sure you got carried away once or twice. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Right?
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. We need to make sure that we're always doing the right thing. And you can see that Peregrine is extremely unsettled by this comment.
Oh, sorry.
But you you did good. By the way, I wanted to say, you took out Pike really well. You just took him out of the equation.
Thanks. Well, they weren't much of a threat to good old D-Man, okay? All that it took was a little bit of maneuvering in the cybersphere, and they were dealt with. But when we got in there, they crumbled. I mean, it was like taking candy from a baby. When we got in there, like, they didn't have their fancy little gadgets, and I dealt with it. I dealt with the situation. But you guys were great too, It was good. I'll review the footage and we'll pull out the moves.
Did you pick up that DVD so we can use it? The footage?
Did I?
We can say you did. I hadn't thought about how that works. So we can say you picked it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's in my backpack. But I can review it. I can, we can do a split screen action moment.
Wait, how are you splitting the screen? There's only one screen. Are they watching it on two
footage
screens?
On one side, and it'll be of the fight, and then it'll be like, come back to D-Man in the cyber world, and then I'll split the screen.
But how would you have, do you have the sound coming from two places,
I was planning on putting music over everything.
How would you do that?
Like some type of nightcore.
But there was no music playing,
I see that. I'm going to edit it, Peregrine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You've done this
Remember.
before.
You remember it. Because I put that one song over your trailer. That was fucking killer, man. That shit was so good.
We don't need to talk about that. That's not in front of Shannon.
It was killer.
D-Man, the same song plays from your phone as your phone rings.
Ooh, look at that. I
It's
got
your
superpowers
ringtone?
I didn't even know about, man. I pick up my phone.
It is your ringtone. You see, it's from Ruby Reynoso, who is your kind of agent at Pulse, the one who publishes your videos.
I gotta take a call from the big dog. 1 second. Hello, Ruby. What is up with you?
D-Man, you all alive?
Oh, yeah. No, alive and kicking. Alive in all limbs and no scratches.
I bet you got some great footage of that fight, right?
Oh, we got some good stuff.
Yeah, of Menagerie. How'd it go? I know things downtown went south, and I didn't see you on the news, but I'm sure you were there, right? You got something good?
Funny you should say that. We've got something even better than Menagerie.
I'm listening.
I look around at Shannon and Peregrine. We've got a sort of secret operation that was happening parallel to Menagerie, but we think might have been involved with the Menagerie plot. He's just making shit up. If you guys want to stop him, you're welcome to do so.
I mean, Shannon mouths to you, just tell the truth, but can't force you to do that.
He puts the phone down. I can't read your lips, man. Just tell me. Anyways, yeah, we've got these sick moves. I mean, we went head to head with another gang, and it was great. It was really good. I will send that to you over ASAP once it's edited. You're gonna trust me on this. You're gonna see we've got gold.
All right. I'm trusting you here, D-Man. I hope you got something good, because this Menagerie thing, it's blowing up all the news. Everyone's talking about it.
When they see what we've got, they're gonna look over. Menagerie is tired. They're gonna move on to the next best thing, and that's gonna be us, the Starlings. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are you watching the news?
No. Should we be?
Yeah. There's a TV in the corner. But she tells you, yeah, Torch, the youngest member of the Beacons, the big star. Sounds like Menagerie.
The phone on speaker.
Sounds like Menagerie took him out.
Took him out, like killed him?
The news is just coming out now, but that's what they're saying. We got someone writing an
happened to
article about
Menagerie?
it right now. Menagerie was dealt with. He got killed too. Yeah. Okay, so you definitely weren't there. But yeah, listen, it's really sad. I'm sure he was a good kid. I don't know him, but just want to call your attention. This does mean, the biggest teen superhero is out of action.
I see what you're putting down.
There's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of mourning, a lot of really important stuff here.
But there's also a vacuum.
We can't overshadow that.
No. I'm going to post right now a memorial post. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I take my phone out. I'm like, Shannon, get on it. Make that graphic, Shannon. Okay. And okay, yeah, well, damn, like rest in peace to him, and I'm thinking about his family, man, but yeah, that sucks.
Lay low for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the Beacons are going to want a new face, and whether you work with them or not, there's still this,
Noted. Well, thanks for the info, Ruby.
So send over that video as soon as you got it.
And if you ever want to hang out socially, let me know. Beep.
Yeah, no, she hung up halfway through your sentence. Ruby is she's 23. I'd say she's a good few years older than you.
That's only 4 years older than me.
That's only 4 years older than you.
Okay. You guys hear that?
Do not send her that footage yet. Also, sucks if Torch is dead, but also he was a prick. Didn't like him anyway.
Did you know him?
Yeah, in a previous superhero stint sort of thing.
Oh, are you okay?
He's kind of got an ego. Yeah, we weren't really.
Ego.
We weren't close. It didn't end well, not an amicable parting, as they say.
Interesting.
Peregrine, have you looked at the TV in the corner, which is playing the news?
When if D-Man did, then she probably followed his glance.
Yeah. You see, on the television, the Sanctum City News Network is interviewing a man named Walter Talcott, the president of Palisade Security. And the audio is off, but you can read the subtitles. EMBER is failing to protect the city, and what we saw today only proves that. This dangerous alien threatens our city, and they knew about it. They had his coordinates, but didn't bother to tell us. All the people of the city, all the superheroes, and yes, even my security company didn't know anything about it. Instead, EMBER sends the Beacons and the Falcons to deal with it. And yes, they defeated Menagerie. And yes, they suffered losses. But EMBER, they chose 5 blocks of our downtown of the Sunflower District to cordon off and destroy. This is where normal people like you and me go to work, to eat. Now look at it. Look at it. It's smoking rubble. It's Sanctum City. I know Menagerie is a big deal and all, but it's Sanctum City. Supervillains attack all the time, but they don't wipe out a whole downtown. I don't know what EMBER is doing, but it needs to trust the citizens. Palisade Security, we want to help. We want to work with the other people trying to keep the city safe. But God, I feel like we just can't trust them.
Well, there's a few people I dislike more than Torch, and that man, and I point at the TV, is one of them. I hate people who are sleazy like that, who use pain and suffering to just advance their own things that they want.
Yeah.
It's
despicable.
Shannon says, how do you know everybody?
She's been around.
To be fair, yeah, I've been in the scene for a while, and I already had a foot in the door. I know. I don't know shit, Shannon.
You knew Torch, you know Talcott. You got the other guys onto Soups, right? You're a real hero.
You're a hell of a hero, man.
What I've connected people, and I've networked and used my my dead mother's connections to get where I am. I'm no hero. I'm just wearing someone else's suit.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job of living up to her legacy. At least when you punch someone, they fall over. Could be worse. You could be weak as hell.
D-Man, are you attempting to comfort and support?
I suppose so.
Do you want to roll plus mundane?
Sure. Oh my God. Wait. Yes, my favorite stat.
Peregrine, does D-Man influence you? I think he does, right?
Yes, everyone on the team influences Peregrine.
Oh. D-Man, you get +1 to this roll because you influence her.
Okay, so +4 total.
+4, yeah.
It's 2 die, right?
It is 2d6.
2 dice. Oh,
Bad.
okay. 3 +4, so 7.
Okay, so that's a mixed success.
I put like my arm on her shoulder. Pat, pat, pat.
On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Ooh.
I mean, the footage, let me tell you, most consistent footage that I get, it's from your ass, Peregrine, because everybody else is jumping around, turning into balls of light and shit, and that does not make for good fucking footage. But you're there, solid as fuck, beating down the bad guys. And Goldbug is there too, but Goldbug is like beaming people with his smartness rays or some shit, I don't know.
Thanks, Dom. That means a lot coming from
Take it from
someone
me.
else on the team, especially you. I know you see a lot of things with your eyes and with your camera, your second pair of eyes.
Ah, wow.
Thanks.
That's really poetic. Oh, oof, that's really poetic. Thank you.
Do you want to mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels?
I think that you successfully made me less insecure.
Yay.
Clear that condition.
Nice.
Why don't we go get some food?
Yeah, I'm gonna check in on our other members too now.
Let's check in on our other members.
Wait, Violet,
Yes,
before we move. So to clear and secure, I can do something risky without group approval.
Oh
A
no.
foolhardy
Oh
action
no.
without talking to your team.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking I send the footage over to
That-
Ruby.
Okay. I assume you're still going to take some time to edit it into an episode because that's what's
Yes.
expected of you.
Yes.
But you're going to do that without the team, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peregrine also told him explicitly not to.
Yeah? Cecilia, this is a wonderful choice. Thank you for choosing this.
And Goldbug was literally, as soon as we got together, he was going to say, hey, D-Man, maybe don't release that footage.
I love it when dominoes just line up. Horizon. You are not flying necessarily, but falling forwards through the sky. It's a controlled fall, though, significantly slower than your normal speed, because you're also carrying a giant Mycan Crash. We saw in the last episode this giant blue-gray egg with muscle-esque striations, over 3 times your size. It floats beneath you, requiring a decent amount of concentration to keep it aloft. I want to emphasize how difficult this is. You've used your powers in short bursts on others or in longer periods on yourself. This crash is heavy. And yes, you're canceling out its weight with your powers, but it still takes up a lot of energy to control both it and yourself. And this is like 4 miles as the crow flies between Crystal City Metro Station and the Aviary, which is the Falcon's base and your base. Plus, you're trying to fly especially high to avoid drawing civilian attention. Is that correct?
This is all true. Yeah.
Yes. So the air's a little thinner up here.
Little bit.
You saw Goldbug and Ricochet each fly past you minutes ago. They were going way faster, especially Ricochet.
God damn it,
And
Ricochet.
you've just been slowly flying on your own for about 15 minutes, and you're about halfway there.
While I'm flying, is all of my mental energy focused on just keeping this thing going, or can I try to like look at it and figure out what exactly it is?
Absolutely, you can. I was going to have you roll to unleash your powers to see how well you're like doing this.
Sure. Yeah.
So you can roll both unleash your powers and I can describe to you again what it looks like. But if you want more information, you might need to assess the situation.
So yeah, why don't I do my unleash my powers first?
Sure.
I have +1 to freak, which is what that roll is.
Yes.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Can you mark a condition for me?
Yeah. From here, can I see the destruction in the city?
That's the next paragraph I have.
If I can, then I'm going to mark afraid, because I'm not really sure what happened there, and there might be menagerie or other threats flying around, and I don't really have the energy to fight them off and keep this thing safe and travel to the aviary at the same time, and I'm just a little worried.
That's absolutely true. Yes, you cannot do all 3 at once, but at least you can do these 2. You didn't roll a failure. You can get yourself to the aviary and protect the egg. Yeah, what's going through Horizon's head as he flies? How are you kind of debriefing from this?
I think he's frustrated at Ricochet for leaving him alone, but he's more frustrated himself for like he let himself go in a way that he hadn't really done since the team started. And although he doesn't necessarily see what he did as morally wrong, he understands the implication it has for the team and the look, and they're trying to do this whole thing. And he's upset that he pissed off Goldie. And so I think he's going to try to distract himself a little bit, like get out of his own head and just be like, what is this thing that I'm shuttling?
Yes, so what I said last time, big egg with striations. It has these 2 holes in it about a foot apart, but otherwise you can see no method of opening it. But you know from your powers that it isn't heavy enough to be completely solid. It's hollow, there's some sort of cavity in it, and you can kind of hear things like rattling around in it, actually, as you are carrying it.
For a situation that's with Superior, which
I will say, I don't know how you would find more information than what I just told you.
Fair.
So if you have a method to do that, you can tell me and then maybe you can roll. But like just looking at it isn't going to give you more than that.
Okay. A good thing that this 3 is getting canceled out then. Yay. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep an eye out then and just try to see, like, is there fighting still going on in the city? What's the best way to get back to the aviary? Like, let's try to get there as fast as possible while keeping this thing safe.
Yeah. You're halfway there. You just crossed over the Potomac. And as you see the city, you can trace the path of the fight that just happened. Menagerie's ruined spaceship lies in the tidal basin. You can see Ember helicopters and cranes beginning to fish it out. Your eyes trace a path of bruised buildings and broken windows north to the Sunflower District. You can clearly see this 5-block area that Ember cordoned off beforehand is almost entirely leveled to the ground. Smoke billows up from the rubble. You remember the curse that was placed here. A month ago, the Starlings fought Aluka, a vampire sorceress and rival of the Falcon Hero Covenant. When you drove her away, she cursed the area around the aviary. Over the past month, businesses in the financial district have slowly gone under, moved away. High-rise office buildings sitting dark and empty. And now the curse has truly come to bear. Those same buildings reduced to rubble completely. So the aviary is still standing. It seems pretty intact and like overlooking this damage.
Does the aviary have a sort of place where like ships can dock towards the top, or like a place that would be easy for me to like get this into the building?
It has like a helipad probably on the very top.
I'm trying to think of like a way to get it inside the base.
Sorry, a helipad and like a door on the roof.
That's big enough for the egg?
Yeah, it's a loading door. This isn't the first time they've had to do something like this.
I'll aim for that then. I'll try to get this in. And I think I'm gonna try to push myself a little bit more and just like fly faster. Like I'm getting paranoid. I don't know what happened with Menagerie. Like, is he still here? Will he go after others? I don't know what happened with any of the other groups. Like, let's just get there as fast as possible. Consequences be damned.
As you kind of charge yourself up to start going faster, you hear a voice from behind you that chills you to your bone. Daniel Antonio Denver.
Fuck.
What does your father look like?
Is he in his supervillain costume?
Yes, he is.
I know what he looks like as a man and how he looks like as a father, which is this tall, slightly bigger, like Italian man, bald head, and is the CEO of a company. But when he's his supervillain form Nebulon, I think he takes on a similar purple color, maybe a bit darker, with like pinstripe lines running down his entire suit. I think he wears like a chrome mask over his face. In the light, it almost shimmers like mercury. Like it's never fully solid in place.
I like that a lot.
I think he's gonna turn to him and say, "Not now, Dad," and he's gonna try to run away.
He fairly easily matches pace with you.
Goddamn.
He can also fly. Can you read to me what you have written down as his powers? I believe it's like cosmic powers, overwhelming intellect, and gadgets, or something like that, right?
Sounds about right.
Okay. With his cosmic powers, he is easily catching up with you. And you feel, this is not the first time you felt this, your entire body stop. His power is to change the temperature of things around him as your body hits absolute zero and stops in midair.
Does that stop my powers?
No, not yet. You are not falling, nor is the egg.
Can I talk?
Not at first, but of pretty much everyone in the world, except maybe the old Peregrine, you are the one who has dealt with your father the most. He doesn't often use his powers on you, to be clear. But when he's really mad at you, he sometimes needs to shut you up. And you are able, after a couple seconds, to talk because you have experience with this.
What do you want, Dad?
I don't know what you're doing with that mic and tech, but it's a danger to this world. I'll be taking it.
I have a mission. I have to complete it. It's not yours to take.
Are you going to stop me?
I'm not just going to hand it over to you. I don't work for you anymore.
You work for a foolish group of children trying to make a TV show. You abandoned your destiny and your duty to protect this planet, to go play around with children.
I could do more than I could with you. I at least am saving people. With you, I was what? Guarding warehouses, protecting your machines. You were killing innocents while I was just sitting there playing a glorified unpaid bodyguard.
Does he have influence over you? I believe all adults have influence over you,
All
right?
adults over him, yes.
He is trying to shift your danger down and your mundane up. You can attempt to resist that.
I will.
Okay.
I think basically anytime his dad tries to influence him, he will resist.
Cool. When you reject someone's influence, roll just straight 2d6.
Amazing. That's an 11.
That's an 11. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. So choose two from this list.
I think his dad still has influence over him. I don't think this affects that. Yeah. I think I'm going to clear my afraid as I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Dad. If you're the only one here, I'm not that scared of you anymore.
Okay. I will say, if you're doing that, you have to do it by immediately acting to prove them wrong. So you can't just talk, you have to act.
I will. And then I'm going to shift one label up and one label down. I'm going to shift my savior up one and my superior down one.
Okay.
Like, what he's about to do is not going to be smart, but he's trying to save the egg. How close are we to the aviary at this point? You said we're still like halfway there.
You started going faster. You're maybe 2/3. Which
Okay.
means if it was 4 miles, 2/3 of 4 miles, let's say you're a little over a mile away.
How tough does this egg seem?
Hard to break, but dropping it from all the way up here might break it.
I don't want to drop it. I want to try to use my powers in two ways. I want to basically repel myself from the egg. I want to launch the egg in the direction of the aviary, flying like a baseball. And I want to basically turn myself into a meteor, pushing myself into my dad towards the ground.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers. I mean, he has you frozen at absolute 0, but your powers still work, and you're not really moving of your own accord. You're moving using your powers. So I'll not give you any sort of penalty.
Oh,
here.
please, Lady Luck, gods above, bless me on this roll. That's a 7, plus freak is an 8.
8. It's worth saying, you do have your comms still. You could contact your team. I don't know if they're going to want to hear from you right now.
I think I'll literally, as I'm about to do this, I'll be like, guys, get to the fucking aviary, and I do it.
Yeah. When you unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle, roll plus freak. On a hit, you do it on a 7 to 9 marker condition. The GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Instead of doing that, I'm going to give you a hard choice. You said you're doing 2 things with your power. One of them is going to fail. You are propelling yourself in the egg in 2 different directions. You could either propel yourself into your father and he is prepared enough to stop the impact and kind of catch you, which would be bad for you. And the egg flies at least a little bit towards the aviary. Or you just do not propel the egg with sufficient force and it flies a little bit but begins to fall pretty rapidly towards the city.
I'd rather the egg get to the aviary and myself be in trouble. It's not a hard choice for Daniel.
Great.
He has a mission to complete.
Yes. It's worth saying it's still a good bit away, but like for a few good moments, gravity isn't working on it, right? So like you send this giant Mike and Crash rocketing off in the air.
And I think it's not just straight, like he's trying to get it up and like arc as much as possible.
Sure,
get
because
right there.
gravity will
Eventually take hold. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, someone still needs to catch it, to be clear.
And that might be the building.
I did say the building's a mile away. It will not unaided reach the building.
Goldbug?
I will say, my plan was after I left Partisan to track the egg on the Mikan tracking, what did we call it? The Mayfly tracker, just to make sure that it got back to the base. So I'm not sure, I don't want to butt in on the scene with you guys, but I would probably be returning to it.
No, that's great.
And I think if his dad like catches him, like he will try to fight him off, and he will fail. Like he does not have the strength to like hurt his dad with a punch, but like he's not letting his dad just like grab him without hurting his own son.
Yeah, you rocket yourself into him, and he takes it. Like, it hits him. He does not really have a super resilience or anything. He gets winded, but grabs onto your shoulders, and he uses the other half of his powers to make you extremely hot as kind of a solar flare bursts, a minor solar flare, he's not trying to kill you, bursts out from him and, like, fries your synapses. Take a powerful blow.
So I roll
Plus
2d6.
conditions.
I have no conditions mark because instead of having condition mark, you had this happen.
Yeah, this is worse than marking a condition. So just roll 2d6. You want low on this.
That's a 9.
Okay,
Oh.
no, that's not bad. Choose one from this list. You lash out verbally, give ground, or struggle past the pain.
I'm gonna struggle past the pain.
That seems appropriate.
But I'm gonna, as my dad has me in his hands and is like burning me, I'm gonna become afraid and hopeless.
Right. Yeah, he is not trying to kill you, but he is trying to, like, stop you from using your powers for a few minutes. Which is kind of working. Like, you will recover and be able to do something, but I'm going to give other people an opportunity to do something first.
Yeah.
So, everybody else on the team, you hear Horizon in your comms say,
Get the fuck to the aviary now.